So these are just kind of like the Spark Notes versions of what Elliot Friedman was talking about on 32 Thoughts Wednesday's episode, I believe it was.
I think
So it wasn't voided at the time, but that was when it was looking like it was going to be voided. So he explained that on October 15th, 2020, Dadonov had signed a 3-year contract. So that's for the 2021 season, the 21-22, and 22-23. So he's on the second year of that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, sidetrack for a moment. You were talking about how you will like just like throw something to me and then mute yourself for a second, and I noticed it this time.
I figured you would. Yeah.
Yeah. So he signed for the 3 years. He's in the second year of this deal. Now, in there was also a no trade clause. And so he was obviously, that means he's not allowed to be traded to another NHL team without first allowing Dadonov to provide the club with a written list of 10 no trade teams. So, or up to 10. Mm-hmm. So the dates for that he had to submit these lists for each season, January 15th of 2021, which it's an odd day, but remember that's the start of like the shortened season that we had, July 1st of 2021. So leading into this year. And then he'll have another chance on July 1st of 2022. So this coming summer. So he did submit a list on June 30th, 2021. So a day before he was supposed to the Ottawa Senators. And that was confirmed by the Senators to have been received, is what Elliot Friedman had been told by a few sources. And then on July 28th, 2021, just less than a month later, Dadonov was traded from Ottawa to the Vegas Golden Knights for Nick Holden and the 2022 third round pick that Vegas had from Vancouver. And I think that was part of the Nate Schmidt deal, if I'm not mistaken. Vegas was not on the no trade list, so he was able to go there, no problems. And so it seems like kind of the thing that had happened here. So it used to be that if a player had a no trade clause and was, asked to waive it or anything like that, right? Or had to submit when he went to a new team, then the clause was null at that point. He didn't have it anymore. But after the new CBA that was negotiated before the bubble playoffs in 2020 that's now been changed. So that no trade clause follows the player now. So going to Vegas, technically, Dadonov still had the no trade clause and had already submitted the paperwork for this season, which included Anaheim. Unfortunate for us, but it's whatever.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So it sounded like what Freeman was saying was it's that somewhere during the trade conversation of going from Ottawa to Vegas, Vegas, the NHL, and their central registry all had the belief for some reason that the no trade clause was null after the deal, like after he was traded from Ottawa to Vegas for some reason. And Freeman's idea was that it was either because he was they were told that he hadn't filed a no trade list, or that he had given an old list, so there wasn't anything there. So, but pretty much it was just like, it sounds like when the trade went through, Dadonov or his agent Maxime Olivier pretty much just said like, "Hey, you can't do that," and that's how this all got brought up. So, even though it was technically NHL approved. So,
which is wild.
Yikes. Which is why the whole trade had to be voided and everything like that, because otherwise it would just been, okay, yeah, this doesn't work, and should have just been stopped dead, right? So, but somebody was missing, somebody in that line, or it was Ottawa not giving to Vegas, or like somewhere in there, or with the central registry or anything like that, somebody didn't know, and it was led to believe then that he didn't have this anymore. So that's a big yikes in my opinion. So like this could have all been avoided if just, somebody had done their job pretty much. So like this blew up to be a massive story because somebody didn't do their job. And there's a bunch of finger pointing still kind of going on. I even did it myself with our Twitter a little bit to Vegas's expense. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like just somebody didn't do their job, and it made a massive story for like 4 days, 5 days kind of thing.